Welcome to Madison City Channel's Know Your Candidates interviews, co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Dane County. I'm your interviewer, Maria Spinozzi, and I would like to introduce Syed Abbas, running for alderperson from District 12. As we begin, I'd like you to give an opening statement as to your educational, vocational, and civic experience you have, which qualifies you for this office, and why you are running for alder.
Thank you very much for giving me that opportunity, and I am honored to be here with the League of Women, always being an advocate of women's rights, especially coming from Pakistan. My background is basically actively involved whole my life as a kid with the different youth initiatives and also with public policy. And moving to Madison, immediately got involved in a neighborhood association. Did a couple of projects with City of Madison, Public Safety Review Committee, and also Oscar Mayer Strategy Committee. We just had a report. The reason I want to run is this: for the last 3 years, I have noticed in our district there is a disconnection between different neighborhoods. Some of the neighborhoods' voices are not being heard, especially people of color. As an example, Brentwood Village, there are so many issues which has never been addressed in the last 5 to 10 years. I would like to address those issues like high unemployment, which is 11.7%, very alarming. And I would like to, with my experience and with my skill set and with passion, I would like to help that community and take their voices to the next level.
Okay, great. Lack of affordable housing and the pressure it brings to the issue of homelessness is a chronic problem that Madison cannot seem to get ahead of. What new ideas can you advance to help address this issue?
I'm glad you asked me that question. Affordable housing is a real problem in Madison. Also, people don't have enough houses to rent, and it is kind of like crisis which is getting worse and worse. But I hope progressive people like us can work with the city and try to address those issues. Talking about solution, I think so. As a society, we can work with our organizations. We try to find non-profit organizations which can come and do some investment here, like Mercy Housing in Chicago. There's also different non-profits that invest in affordable housing. I'm a firm believer housing is a basic human right, and everybody should have that right. One of the ideas is we might be going in the future as a co-op housing, cooperative housing, having a market-based apartment or owned by non-profit, and then we can provide those opportunities to people with disadvantage. Homeless people, I think so, the City of Madison is trying hard. We have 2 recent projects, Rathke and Tree Lane. These are 2 projects which we are learning a lot as a city, and I think so there is an opportunity to do more in that area.
Okay, great. There has been discussion of the policies and procedures of the Madison Police Department. What is your perspective on whether any changes are needed in ways Madison police operate in our community?
So again, like I can give an answer on basis of my personal experience and also by the facts and figures. There are 2 different things: your experience and what you can see. Coming from Pakistan, I think so. I have seen very different policing in Pakistan. In Pakistan, the constitution is this: the police is for controlling the people in the constitution, not for serving. In Madison police, I have noticed they do serve people. I personally, part of a public safety review committee, I met with a fantastic police officer, and they did quite a bit of good job. There are challenges in any department. We do have a people. They are good people, they make bad choices. Sometimes that job is also very hard. Having said that, I'm a firm believer of police should be accountable. As a public service department, we should make sure they're accountable for their acts. There are a couple of good recommendations by OIR report, and I think so some of those recommendations I would like to see implemented, and if I become elder, I would like to work with our police department and try to find more trust and more partnership in District 12 as a unit working together.
Okay, great. Many residents perceive Madison to be a divided city, one in which people of color are less likely to thrive than are whites. Do you share this perception? And if so, what might you propose to address the division?
So this is a realistic problem, and not only like our black community, people like me coming from a different diversity, like I'm Pakistani from Asian background, we also face a similar type of issues globally, and also like especially when you travel to a Western world. In Madison particularly, I will give you an example of our North Side district. There's 11 points, as I explained earlier, 11.7% unemployment, which is so high. In Madison City have 2.1%. This is alarming. This community is being neglected. When you ask about a solution, I think so we need to work with our nonprofits, with our service department, with our city council. We need to work with MITC, finding our kids on those streets. We need to find training for them, give them a skill set. As an example, Feed Kitchen is a great example where Feed Kitchen helps so many people with diversity, people of color, and people who want to take their life to a next step, give them a training. But having said that, not everybody want to be in a food industry. So MITC is a way, I think so, in which I can engage the programs as an elder if I become with different community in the North Side and also in District 12 as a whole, and taking these people to a next level where they feel comfortable living in their own places and try to reduce that gap. That would be my top priority.
Okay. What do you believe is the specific issue of most concern to the residents of your district, and how do you want to work on solving it?
So a lot of residents are worried about Oscar Mayer development. It's a huge development. Used to be a game changer for City of Madison, had 4,000 employees. Now that site is we mentioned a couple of recommendations about environmental, also providing opportunity for people of color, having living wages. So there are a lot of good recommendations which we provide to a developer. Having said that, we have to keep a good relationship with the developer and also with the community and try to make sure those recommendations move forward. And these are some of those concerns of the people living in that area is this, like they want to make sure that area is sustainable. Sustainability means environmental sustainability, employment sustainability, and we want to make sure we have an opportunity for everyone in that site, and especially that particular area can serve the greater Madison as well as District 12.
Okay. Which council committees do you believe you should serve on, and why?
So one of the council committee I'm already serving at Public Safety Review Committee. I would like to continue that work on a Public Safety Review Committee. I think so it's a very important committee to have a person like me who have perspective living in a different part of the world, like in Pakistan, also in Europe, and different areas I live within US. Another committee I would like to work because of my personal skill set. I'm a project manager in a non-profit sustainability company in which we promote green environment sustainability, reduce carbon footprint. I think so Sustainability Commission, I would like to work with them in City of Madison and try to bring some of the innovation in sustainability and reduce carbon footprints. That could be one committee. I will also like to get involved with the art and culture community, and because in my district there are so many warehouses. When you come through Packer Avenue, it's such a rundown area, I'm sorry to say, but it looks so rundown. There's an opportunity to convert into the art district, especially with First Street Public Market. Might be we can, across the public market, there are a lot of warehouses, we can do some art and culture and kind of like make our community more locally engaged and more loving, and work together.
Okay. What would you like to say to the viewing audience as we complete this interview?
What I will say to the audience, back in like 3 years ago, I was working in Econ Park Neighborhood Association. I worked really hard. People in Econ Park Association also living in Econ Park, they can tell about like what type of initiatives I took. 5 years, I gave them a 5-year plan. When I joined Econ Park Neighborhood Association, I joined because I was locally invested. I have a 17-month-old daughter. I have a family there, and I decided I want to be part of the community. I want to give back something to the community. During my time, we have a festival. We have several type of issues in any society. I address those issues. I'm a good listener, and I have that passion and energy. When I meet people, I get that energy from them, and I want to give them back. I have time, energy, and my track record working with people and moving together advocating for their voices inside the community and also for a city level, working with different city committees. That my track record, I want to continue that and serve the greater District 12 and City of Madison.
Okay. I want to thank Syed Abbas for speaking with us and the viewing audience for taking the time to know your candidates. As with every election, please vote. On behalf of Madison City Channel and the League of Women Voters of Dane County, I thank you for joining us.